Taryn Becca and Vincent Baker both are here via Zoom, and Mr. Fox is here on behalf of Vincent Baker. This is a date and time set for a show cause. It's been rescheduled a couple times. And I think there was an adoption that was being contemplated or was going to go forward. Mr. Fox, do you have any update on that?
I do not.
Has an adoption been filed?
No, at this time, I would say the adoption is not going to be filed or is not yet going to be filed. I'm sure that would still be considered, but it just has not occurred for several reasons.
All right. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update on the amount of support that's owed then?
Yes, Miss Becca's ordered to pay $284 child support, $39 medical support. It is split at $174 child support and $26 medical support to the defendant, $110 child support, $13 medical support to foster care for the third child. There's a balance of $4,978.85. And $850.35 is owed to foster care. $3,336.19 is owed to the defendant. $708.31 is owed to the state of Michigan. $84 in fees. Last time received a payment $173.10 on September 9th of 2021. Same amount $825.2021 and $812 of 2021. It was money that came through an income withholding order through unemployment.
So, ma'am, do you agree that that's the amount owed?
I was not aware that it was continuing to build. I was aware that, to my knowledge, it had been suspended in waiting for the adoption to take place. But I was aware that there was a balance prior to talking about the adoption.
All right, and that was what I was going to look at. I don't know if the obligation itself was suspended. I think enforcement of payments was suspended for a period of time while that adoption was being discussed. I guess I thought it was a little more of a done deal, but I guess that's the amount that had been ordered prior to those discussions. And I think what probably happened in the order was it was stated that if you didn't make payments, the front of the court wouldn't enforce. But once it takes a lot longer than would be normal for an adoption to take place, then someone probably had to bring it back up because it was so it didn't get out of hand. You understand that part?
I believe so, yes.
All right. So are you working at this point?
I have put in some applications this week. I normally, for many years, have done the contracting work. It clearly is not working out. So I do not have a punch in 9-to-5 job at this time currently, no, but I have begun looking. And I guess my only other thing that I would like to add is I am still in agreement with the adoption. I'm not sure what the holdup is, and I do not have a way to make these payments, even if it were starting at a zero balance. So I guess my question is there a way, if I'm unable to see or speak to these children, and it seems there's no way to reverse any of that, is there a way to just sign something to say that they don't even need my permission to adopt them now? There's something that will allow the support to be stopped?
No, not really. You have an obligation to support your children as long as they're your children. And until they're adopted or emancipated or some other legal thing happens, they're your children, and you have the obligation to support them. Now I understand there was something in the works, so I'm not too bent out of shape today that you haven't been making payments, because I think you were anticipating that would happen, and that's part of the reason that payments weren't made. And like I said, I think there was probably an order suspending enforcement. So, I guess I don't really care about that. But if the adoption is not going to take place, then you're going to have to pay the support that's ordered, and obviously you're going to have to figure out how those payments can be made. They don't have to start today, but I'll need a reasonable timeline for getting it going again.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fox, anything you want to say?
No, I think that's reasonable. if adoption comes back up again for whatever reason, then we'll cross that bridge in due course.
All right, at this time then, I'll just dismiss the show cause, direct you, ma'am, to pay each month as ordered starting in May. That'll give you a couple months to figure out your budget and where this will come from, but I think that's reasonable. So actually, your next payment wouldn't be due till the end of May, so we're talking about 2 months.
Thank you.
And because there had been an agreement on the adoption and suspended enforcement, I'll dismiss the show cause at this time. All right.
Before we conclude,
Yeah.
can we have a current address so we can communicate?
It is two.
Hold on. That doesn't mean Natasha Wilson and Dale Wakefield both are here via Zoom. And this is the date and time set for show cause. Ms. Heaven is here from front of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update?
I do. This show cause was originally set for February 28th, 2023 and adjourned to today. Dale Wakefield has a monthly obligation of $249 child support, $22 medical support, $25 confinement for a total of $296 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $5,068.34, the state $1,007.55, fees $198, total owing including March's billing $6,273.89. We received $76.32 February 28th, 2023, $189.66 February 14th, 2023, and $81.72 January 18th, 2023. He has no prior contempt.
All right. And Ms. Evan, was there a period of time that payments weren't made?
Yes. So there were no payments from January of 2022 until we received the $81.72 in January of this year.
Oh, okay. All right. And sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes.
All right. You didn't pay for about a year?
Yes, that's correct. I was in between jobs. It was kind of hard to find jobs during all the COVID crap and everything with all that. And then the jobs that I was working for wasn't taking my taxes and stuff out. I didn't know that. I thought they were. So
you didn't know your support wasn't being paid for a year?
that's correct.
Ms. Evan, did a pre-show cause go out at some point? Notice?
Yes. Pre-show cause went out October 25th, 2022.
All right, so you would have gotten a letter back in October, sir, saying that you hadn't been making payments.
Yes, I've been going through quite a bit of hassle lately, and it's been hard to make payments on everything, along with child support. But I just moved back up to Newaygo County, and I'm working currently at a body shop.
You won't have a problem
Here
going forward.
shortly, I should be able to. Yeah, here shortly, I should be able to start making payments. And I've only been working there for maybe a week now. So I just moved back up here. So what's that?
What's the name of the body shop?
I'm not sure what it is right now. My buddy just kind of hooked me up with the job. So I haven't got the details on everything. I just started working for the guy. For the first week, he just paid me cash to come in there and see what I was capable of doing. So, but I can get all that information and bring it up there or whatever if need be.
Okay, ma'am, anything you want to say?
I know that Dale has had issues with finding a job too because of child support and taking his driver's license away and stuff like that. So I know that has been a really big factor, and I'm not sure how revoking his license because of failure to pay child support is supposed to help him or me in that matter.
All right, well,
We don't have his license.
It's an enforcement remedy at the front of the court, but Ms. Evans said that it was not suspended through the Newaygo County front of the court.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it was Well, it was suspended prior. I don't know if it is now or not, but
Okay. And I agree, that can be a barrier to employment, but it's
yeah.
usually reserved for cases where payments haven't been made, although there is an ability to pay as an enforcement remedy to attempt to get some payments. Kind of like jail.
Well, then
Jail is certainly counter to your ability to be employed, but it's usually
in my line of my line of automotive work. Sorry to cut you off, but in my line of automotive work, I get slow during the winter, so I usually plow, and this winter's been kind of bad for the season of plowing, so to speak. But that's why there was being payments made during the time that there was snow, because I was plowing and it was coming right out of my check. Last year when I was plowing for another company in Sparta, they weren't taking it out of my check like they said they were going to.
All right. Well, you need to give Ms. Evan the information on your employer as soon as possible. Other than that, I'll fine you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days will be suspended. You don't have to serve that time as long as you make payments each and every month. All right.
All right.
All right. That'll start in April. We're almost to the end of, well, I guess we're halfway through March, but payments will start in April. So make sure you make your payments, make them on time, and you should be all set.
All right.
What's the bond associated with that, contempt?
Oh, if you fail to make payments as ordered in any month over the next year, then that 45 days could be imposed with $1,000 bond, and there is a $100 contempt fine. It'll be added to the balance.
Okay.
56284. All right, we're all set. And Jeffrey Balcom.
Thank you.
Both are here via Zoom, and this is a date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Hummel's here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update?
Yes, Ms. Becca is ordered to pay $132 child support, $9 medical support. She has a balance of $1,152.83. Do not show any payments made on this case. And there are no priors at this point.
Pardon me?
I don't believe there's no priors at this point.
All right.
Been no payments on.
All right, ma'am, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
I do owe it. I am aware that I have made one payment previously. I'm able to find it when I log in online of $14, and yesterday I made a payment of $30. But other than that, I have nothing to add.
All right, you're supposed to be paying $141 a month. Why haven't you been making those payments?
I have been struggling, and as I stated a few minutes ago in the other case, I have been doing the contract work for a few years, and it's very clearly not been working. So I, like I had stated, have begun putting out applications like regular people do.
All right, but enforcement was never suspended in this case, and you're expected to pay, and it's only like $35 a week.
Yes, sir.
There are no payments.
No payments have ever been applied to this case.
I'm not sure where it's going then, because it says it's attached when I'm able to view it online. Obviously the payment made yesterday wouldn't be processed anywhere, but the $14 payment, it shows being attached to her somewhere.
All right, how much can you pay by the end of this month?
I can do a minimum of another 50. I know that's still far below even half of the requirement. But I can guarantee that amount. And like I said, I have just begun putting applications out. So I'm hopeful that I hear something back, maybe even today, and am able to do better sooner.
All right, is there anything you want to say?
Nope.
All right. Ma'am, I'll find you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. You need to pay $250 by the end of this month, and then make your payments each and every month as ordered thereafter. There's a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to your balance.
Yes, sir.
5976. All right, Thomas Stapleton and
Thank you,
Brianna
sir.
Rogers both are here via Zoom. And Ms. Evan is here from the front of the court. Ms. Evan, do you have an update on the matter?
I do. The show cause was adjourned from February 28th, 2023 to today. The plaintiff, Thomas Dibbleton, has a monthly support obligation of $263 child support, $19 medical support, for a total of $282 a month. Currently owes the defendant $1,756, the state $132, fees $22.87, total owing $1,910.87. This does include March's billing. We received $28.81 July 22nd, 2022, $89.31 July 8th, 2022, and that same amount June 24th, 2022. There are no prior contempts.
All right, sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yeah.
All right, you've not been making payments, why not?
I moved to New York, which is currently where I am for better job opportunities. I've also been trying to get a hold of the friend of the court because of this move, because I wanted you guys to be aware of this, as not to assume that I was abandoning the mother or the child, because I care about them both very much. And I was uncertain how to continue paying from out of state, and I couldn't set up a direct payment method. I'm not sure why, but it wouldn't work. So I've been trying to get a hold of you. And the last couple months, I've not been trying as hard as I probably should have, due to the fact that I've been focusing on, well, getting myself situated. So that way I don't have to rely on the kindness of others to put a roof over my head.
So you've been trying to get a hold of friend of the court? It's not that difficult. The same phone number they've had here for decades.
I know, and yet Rachel Herman just wouldn't pick up.
Did you change your address when you moved with the friend of the court?
I tried. That was one of the subjects of the call.
I
That
believe
never
his
took
mailing
place.
address changed, but not through friend of the court.
Did you
Address changes need to be received in writing, signed and dated.
All right. The more you know.
How long you been working there in New York then?
Close to 6 months.
He has been providing for us through via Cash App, just not through the court or child support.
Also, I can pay the debt in full, so send me the information for that, please.
All right, Ms. Evan, how can you pay that in full today?
You can go to allpaid.com, ALLPAID.com. You need the PLC code and I believe your docket number.
All right,
All right.
and sir, where are you working now?
I currently don't have a job. Like I said, I'm trying to get situated. A lot of jobs
For a job.
No, for better opportunities.
He does freelancing right now, so commissions. He's kind of self-employed.
Fair enough.
If you moved there 6 months ago for better opportunities and you still haven't found a job, that doesn't sound like there are better opportunities in New York.
I believe the last time he lost his job, it was because he had Anakin, our child, for a period of time for 2 weeks. So he couldn't, the job wasn't, his boss wasn't working with him on that.
All right. All right, finding contempt then for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days will be held in abeyance. You don't have to serve it as long as you make payments. You need to pay the balance in full today. Make your payments each and every month in order to have the sentence imposed. Bound to be set in the amount of $500. I'll waive the contempt fine. Anything else?
How do we end with the child support?
I mean, you want to stop it?
Yeah.
Well, is the child on any kind of public assistance, Medicaid, food, or cash assistance?
Yes.
All right. First and foremost, then you would have to take the child off of any forms of public assistance. Once that was done, then the friend of the court would entertain a stipend order. You can make an appointment with Ms. Heaven, or you could file a motion.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. All right, we're all set. All right, we'll take a file 2006-6662, Kimberly Gillespie and Orville Parrott. And both are here, Ms. Gillespie in person, Mr. Parrott on Zoom. And this is the date and time set for show cause in this matter. Ms. Heaven is here from front of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update?
I do. The defendant has a monthly support obligation of $112 child support, $22 medical support, for a total of $134 a month. He currently owes the plaintiff $4,415.54. To the state, $1,693.30. Fees, $444.69. Total owing, including March's billing, $6,553.53. Last payment received was a $500 bond, November 1st, 2022, $25.22 August 29th, 2020, and $19.68 August 17th, 2020. He does have prior contempt.
All right, and sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes.
All right, you've not been making payments. Why is that?
Well, since November, when I was released from jail, I lost the job that I had, but because I went to jail, I lost that job. Ever since then, any dime that I've made has been trying not to lose my house. My wife was diagnosed with schizophrenia and was hospitalized for her mental health, and she was just released. The job that I applied for recently pushed back my start date till the 16th, which is the day after tomorrow, so that I could be at home with her. So I have a job. I start the day after tomorrow, but I hope not to lose this job like last one, because you guys seem to think that I should sit in jail instead of work. So I have a job and it starts the day after tomorrow. I've already done my orientation and all I have to do is show up.
Where are you working?
It'll be Amazon.
All right, so you shouldn't have a problem making payments going forward, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Just that the last few months have been.
How do I know he's going to make the payments? We've been doing this for 17 years and I've gotten, what, 3 payments in the last 5 years? 3 payments. I don't
Would you
trust
rather me sit in jail?
Nothing.
Would you rather me sit in jail and not receive anything?
It doesn't matter. You don't pay anyways, regardless. Ever.
What would you suggest?
You need to sit in jail more, because then maybe I'll get a payment then. It seems like the only time I ever get a payment is when you sit in jail. You can say you got a job, and guess what? As soon as that payment starts coming out, you quit. You do this every time. Every time.
Oh, I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't give me that look. He's 17. You would almost be done paying if you had just kept paying.
Every time we come to court, all it is a crying show for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm pissed off. Because you're a loser. You have 4 kids. You don't take care of any of them. None.
Says you.
Oh, okay. Really? That's why. Peyton.
We're not here to argue.
Child support, Skylar and Aaliyah. They don't get nothing either. She's supposed to be here. She owe her $15,000. So yeah, it's not a crying show. It's I'm pissed off because you're a loser and don't want to do anything for your kids. You're a loser. And you always will.
I'm done with this court hearing if this is all it's going to be.
All right, this time, based on the evidence presented, I'll find Mr. Perry in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Since 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $2,500 bond. There'll be a higher bond at this time. If you don't make payments, sir, then the bond is $2,500 instead of $500. There's a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to your balance. You need to make your payments each and every month as ordered to avoid having that sentence imposed. We're all set.
All right.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Huh?
Not you, man.
Oh,
He's got a
okay.
couple more cases.
Okay. Yeah, I know it does. He'll never play.
Orville, you said you have orientation Thursday?
No, I start on Thursday. I've already had orientation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my mistake.
No problem.
The withholding order will go out overnight.
All right.
It's going to take them time to get it on. You'll get a copy as well. Just monitor your pay. I'm sure you can go online and monitor it. you don't
Yeah.
see it coming out, you need to contact your payroll.
Okay.
See if there's somewhere else you need to send it, but you also
Well,
need to pay yourself, okay, until it does.
Doesn't it automatically come out when you send that, or?
Well, it takes some time. They have to put it on their system.
Okay.
So it can
All
take 2 to 4 weeks depending upon their process.
No, it's I won't let it be 2 to 4 weeks before I make a payment.
Good plan, good plan. And then, if anything changes, let us know, all right?
I will.
All right, just hang on. He'll be right back.
Okay.
683, Jesse Castaneda and Orville Parrott. Mr. Parrott's here. Ms. Castaneda is not. Matter was set for a show cause. Does that give an update in this matter?
Mr. Perot has a obligation of $182 child support, $36 medical support for a total of $218 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $8,808.38. The state $5,743.14. Fees $255.50. Total owing, including March's billing, $14,807.02. We received $204.32 in May of 2020, $2.81 in April of 2020. There are no prior contempts on this case.
Is there anything else you want to say in this case?
No, just that I can pay. I can start paying on Thursday, after the first check comes, actually.
All right, in this case as well, I'll find you contempt for failing to make the payments that are ordered. Sentence of 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $2,500 bond. You need to pay each month as ordered to avoid having that sentence imposed. There's a $100 contempt fine. One more here. Cooper and Orville Parrott. Mr. Parrott's here. Ms. Cooper is not. Ms. Evan, do you have an update?
The defendant has a monthly obligation of $74 child support, $15 medical support for a total of $89 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $5,184.83. Fees $280. Total owing, including March's billing, $5,464.83. We received $500 bond November 1st, 2022, $38.16 August 29th, 2020, and $61.61 August 17th, 2020. He does have prior contempt in this case.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say in this matter?
Is this case, this last one right now, is this ongoing? Because he was 18 last year.
This is Peyton. We have support ending May 31st, 2023.
So he must be a senior. You can support him up until 19 and a half if a child's in school, going on a regular basis with an expectation of graduation.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, he's going to graduate.
All right. All right. At this time, then, in this matter, I'll find Mr. Parrott in contempt. 90 days held in abeyance, $2,500 bond. You need to pay each month as ordered to avoid having that sentence imposed. There's a $100 contempt fine. You should be all set, sir.
Roger that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Fucking Kim. Well, as long as I make payments, as long as it comes on my check, then I'm good. Kim fucking dude, she's something else every fucking time.
420, Tiffany Tilly and Mark Peterson. Mr. Peterson was ordered to appear. Matter was set for a show cause at 9:30. It's now about 9:50. And he has not appeared. The other party is here. Ms. Hummel is here from friend of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in the matter?
Mr. Peterson's ordered to pay $540 child support, $30 medical support. He has a balance of $15,679.91. Of that, $14,528.70 is owed to the plaintiff, $890.21 to the state of Michigan, $161 in fees, $100 in a bench warrant fine. Last time received a payment was $90.36, September 20th, 2022. 202.30, 829 of 22, and 150.98 on 8/15 of 22. There are priors. He was served on 2/22 of 23.
All right. Ma'am, anything you want to address today?
No. He said he was trying to call, but he couldn't get the call to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Normally, I'll find the payer in contempt by default based on the front of the court records, order a lump sum payment with a sentence held in abeyance. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. This time then, based on the testimony of Ms. Hummel from front of the court, I'll find Mr. Peterson in contempt by default for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 90 days in jail, will be held in abeyance with a $5,000 bond. He's to pay $2,500 by April 30th, 2023. Pay each month as ordered thereafter, and there's a $100 contempt fine. So, ma'am, he's got to pay that lump sum of $2,500 by the end of April, and then maintain regular monthly payments to avoid having the sentence imposed. All right. Is here, Mr.
Okay.
Larabee is not. He was ordered to appear. And the matter was set for 10 o'clock. It's now almost 10 after, and we'll proceed. Ms. Heaven is here now from front of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. Mr. Larabee has a monthly support obligation of $643 child support, $26 medical support, for a total of $669 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $4,416.47. The state $151.53. Fees $31.50. Total owing, including March's billing, $4,599.50. Last payment received was $115 November 3rd, 2022. And there are no prior contempts.
All right, ma'am, anything you wanted to address?
No, I feel like the situation speaks for itself.
Okay. Mr. Larabee, did you give me the proof of service date, Ms. Heaven?
Proof of service, this hearing was also noticed for February 28th, but this was adjourned to today. Proof of service, March 1st, 2023.
All right, so Mr. Larabee was ordered to appear for hearing today. He's failed to do so. He was also ordered to make payments, and he's failed to make payments on a regular basis. By default, I'd find him in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 45 days is held in abeyance with $2,500 bond. He's to pay $1,500 by April 30th. Actually, that's not much more than what would be owed. He's paid $2,500 by April 30th, 2023. He's to pay each month as ordered thereafter. There's a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to his balance. So, ma'am, he's got to pay a $2,500 lump sum by the end of next month and then maintain his regular monthly payments. Otherwise, that 90 days will be imposed with a $2,500 bond. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
what's that?
Does he have a warrant right now for not showing up and not making attempts to pay?
You would not have a warrant at this point unless he doesn't comply with the order that's entered after today's proceedings. So if he doesn't pay that lump sum by the end of April, if you notify Ms. Evans, she'll be able to issue a warrant at that point.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're all set. Timothy Bottleman. Mr. Bottleman is here. Ms. Powell is not. Matter was set for a show cause. Ms. Hummel is here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in the matter?
Yes, Mr. Bottleman is ordered to pay $173. This is an out-of-state case, UN. He has a balance of $9,944.19 that Michigan shows. $9,731.69 is owed to the other state, $100 in bench warrant fine, and $112.50 in fees. We received a payment of $3.33 December 14th, 2022, and $43.66 on September 14th of 2022. There are priors.
All right, sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes, sir.
You've not been making payments. Why is that?
I was out of work and then I started work and I ended up going to jail for an unpaid ticket I forgot I had. And I just started working at Wolverine.
When did you start there?
Yesterday.
How much are you making there?
$16.
So you shouldn't have any problems making payments going forward?
No, sir.
Do you have any money to pay today?
No, I do not.
Is there an amount paid towards arrearage that's ordered, or is it just the Just the 173 or what?
We have $52 listed as ordered on arrears on the system.
All right. All right, sir, I'll find you in contempt then for failing to make payments as ordered. Since the 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. Need to make your payments each and every month as ordered. There's a $100 contempt fine.
Okay.
You got another hearing in about 5 minutes. I gotta wait and see if the other party shows up for that.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Larabee, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Bottleman's order to pay $199.66 a month. This is again an out-of-state order. He owes $28,123.77 to the other state, $38.50 fees, for a total of $28,162.27. Last time we received the payment was $3.84, December 14th, 2022, and $50.40 on 9/14 of 2022.
All right, is there anything else you want to say in this matter?
No, sir.
All right, likewise, I'll hold you in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. You need to pay each month as ordered. There's a $100 contempt fine. You should be all set.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, there's no priors in this one. It would be 45 days.
Oh, no priors? All right, this will be 45 held in abeyance.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
We'll take up file Ashley Gunter and Logan Reed. And the plaintiff is here, defendant is not. The defendant, Mr. Reed, was ordered to appear for a show cause. Matter was set for 10:30. It's now about 10:45. And he's not appeared, so we'll proceed. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update?
I do. Logan Reed has a monthly support obligation of $470 child support, $23 medical support, for a total of $493 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $10,291.85. The state $386.26. Fees $334.70. Total owing, including March's billing, $11,012.81. We received $124.48 November 8th, 2022, $167.89 October 12th, 2022, and $231.38 October 4th, 2022. There are no prior contempts. Proof of service, March 1st, 2023.
All right. No priors?
No priors.
All right, and ma'am, Mr. Reed didn't appear. Was there anything you wanted to address today?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were still talking to her. What was the question? I'm sorry.
So he didn't appear. He was ordered to appear. But I would give you a chance to address anything you wanted to bring up at this time.
I'm just at the point of what else can we do? Because I know that I don't know if this is relevant to the case, but I know he recently got kicked out of his dad's in Newaygo, and then he went to his grandfather's in Rockford, and recently just got kicked out of there. And I know he was having car problems, but that's still not an excuse not to get a job and help pay for the child that you created.
All right, you know if he's working or not?
I don't believe he is.
Okay. Is he capable of working, do you know?
I want to say he is, but he drinks and he can't seem to pass a drug test from what I've been hearing from some of his family members.
Okay. All right. At this point, Mr. Reed was ordered to appear. He's failed to do so. He's ordered to make payments each month. He's failed to do that as well. By default, I find him in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 45 days in jail will be suspended. He doesn't have to serve it right now as long as he makes payments. He needs to pay $1,500 by the end of April and then make his monthly payments each and every month hereafter. If he does that, great. If not, then that 45 days could be imposed with a $2,500 bond. And there is a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to his balance. So he's got to make a lump sum payment by the end of April. and then make his monthly payments each and every month to avoid having that 45-day sentence imposed. All right?
Okay.
Okay, we're all set.
Is it Hardy now or?
Thank you. Have a good day.
I'm divorced, so it's fights Hardy still, but I'm divorced.
Either
so.
one.
Preferably not the Hardy, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
if I have to.
On the docket, it's Fights, and on the calendar, it's Hardy, so we'll go with Fights. All right, and this is the date and time set for hearing on objection to support review. Ms. Hummel is here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in the matter?
Yeah, yes, support has been reviewed due to statutory requirements. There's active Medicaid. Support currently is billing $175 child support, $9 medical support. The recommended order goes up to $373 child support, 20 medical support, for a total of $393 effective March 1st. The parties submitted their information. I used the accurate information that they gave. The defendant makes $20 an hour and has 125 overnights for what he has listed. And the other party claims the child.
All right, and sir, you filed the objection?
Yes.
All right, what was the reason for objection?
I knew that that it would possibly be in raise, I figured, okay, double amount, I figured, because it's been a long time and it just seemed twice the double amount. So I say that would be a little bit
This is just
expensive.
175 and 175 would be 350, and the 9 ordinary medical double, so it's just about double.
I was thinking weekly. Sorry, my bad. Because it was what, 48? So I figured 48 and 48 is
175 plus 9 is 184 divided by 4.35 is, well, 42.29 a week. 90 a week, so just over double.
yeah. So I figured it would be at the most double.
Yeah, so it didn't triple. I don't know, and that's not really part of the consideration. I'm not sure what support was based on when it was previously run. Presumably it was based on your income at the time. Ms. Hummel, when was that set?
2013 was the last time it was done.
Yeah, so it's been 10 years and
Right. Well, we didn't seem to have any problems. So you
2013. Oh yeah, I guess it would be 10 years ago. I was like, wait a second.
right.
Usually support's reviewed every 3 years at the request of either party.
Right.
Presumably, if anybody had requested a review, it would have gone up long ago. But
Yeah.
Right.
Usually, because it's usually every 3 years.
Well, we figured it.
But when
We were
kids are
doing
on- when kids are on public assistance, though, it's required to be reviewed every 3
And
years.
right.
And required to be.
They're
set
not
by
on
guidelines.
public assistance and haven't done for
Yeah.
a very long time.
Oh, Ms. Hummel indicated that
They're
they
receiving
were
Medicaid.
receiving Medicaid.
They're receiving Medicaid.
No, they are not receiving Medicaid. I am mandated to do it through my work and I pay $150 every paycheck for medical for my children, which are all 3 children that are between 2 court cases. So if there is a medical open to public assistance here, it should not be.
Then you got to get a hold of DHHS. We have no control over it.
Yeah,
Oh my
according-
gosh,
according to this
seriously.
computer system, they are on Medicaid. Or at least
Then why when I switched, because I had to be contract employed for a year before then I was employed for my employer now. I had to be on contract for a year and I received paperwork, my work received paperwork to mandate me to have medical coverage on all of my children. Now,
And that may very well be.
I don't
Until you
understand
go over there
why.
and Cancel it, they don't take any, they won't take the child
I
out.
was told years ago it was canceled. Years ago that it was canceled. Because I make too much money. That's what I was told.
Going back to,
Wow.
April of 2019 was the last time Nathan did not receive it.
Wow.
But
I've
tell
been
you
told
what,
I
you wanna-
make way
you wanna
too
go
much
over
money
there-
to do that.
you
I
wanna
will
go
be
over there
doing
and
that.
Talk to him, you can. If you take him off, the two of you are free to agree to any amount that you want.
And I don't have, I don't have the amount listed for what the other party pays for insurance, because that's not listed.
It's
And
about
then that would
$150 every paycheck,
Support
so
obligation.
it's about 300 a month.
Pay that for health insurance?
Yes,
will increase
because
his
it's myself
obligation.
and 3 children. Health insurance, medical, dental, and vision.
All right. Well, do you want to go and see if you can talk to someone? I'll be here for another 45 minutes or so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna want my pay stubs, and I don't have any of that information here.
You have proof that the child's already got insurance.
I have my cards.
Yeah,
That's
this will, like, take the child off.
okay.
Medicaid. You can just get some piece of paper that says that you guys can come back and agree to whatever you want.
I don't have the information on hers because she did not submit the paperwork back. So we took the state wages that were reported to the state of Michigan. Otherwise, if she had completed the documentation and sent it back, I could have put in that she pays for that insurance, but because she failed to do so, that was not used.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, we can go off the record and give you a chance to go talk to DHS and see if you can get Nathan off of Medicaid.
I will do that on a different day. I just want to get this taken care of.
All right. So I'll set support in the amount that was recommended. If and when he is off Medicaid, if you want to make an appointment with Ms. Hummel, you guys can do that and agree to whatever amount you want at that.
So we have to come back and agree with something
I
else.
think she'll do an appointment via Zoom for that purpose. You could have done Zoom
Yep,
today.
as long as there's no public assistance, I can do a Zoom meeting with both parties.
I don't have a full day to deal with this. That's the problem. I have to be to work.
No, but if you do Zoom, you can do it from your
I know, but I have to go over there now.
workstation or from your house. I don't know why they didn't take him off, like I said.
That's a very good question,
April
because I had
2000
paperwork that,
April 2019 is the last time he was not on that.
and I haven't been unemployed since 2000. I can't tell you when.
I don't have anything to do with.
Wow, and I haven't qualified for assistance
So we can't.
in a very long time.
So,
Well, in 2020, they wouldn't let anybody go off because of the pandemic. So if you try to get off. after that,
2020, I was making $24 an hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because of the pandemic, the state would not take anybody off. They couldn't even, the workers, their spot to take a child off was blacked out. They were not allowed. And it's until I think just this last month were they allowed to actually make changes. But prior to that, because of the pandemic, they were not allowed to take anybody off public assistance, or at least the
was
Medicaid.
July of 15 until April of 19.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because April of 19,
He's gone off and on a few times, back in 13. he was
right,
off.
because I was sick from
Yeah.
like 14 to maybe 2017. I got really sick, like deathly sick. And I'm better now and I'm back to work.
Yeah.
I'll go over there and I'll deal with that because I don't have the time to deal with this.
Okay, all right. Overall,
I'm already losing wages and for this, so.
Support will be set the amount recommended, but like I said, as soon as
But
he's
we
off,
can't
you
say,
guys-
hey, we can't,
Andy,
discuss
I'll go
that.
over there right now and take care of it
Okay.
and set the record straight. And I don't understand why I was mandated to pay,
Yeah.
have him on medical for years if he was under Medicaid. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, don't.
Just for the record, I guess, what do you pay for the medical insurance? Do you know?
About $150 every paycheck.
Is that twice a month?
It's bi-weekly,
Okay.
or I'm sorry, by every other week.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's medical, dental,
Like I
and
said,
vision.
you go take care of that. You can come back. You can agree to 0. You can agree to 1,000 or anything in between. So.
Okay, let's go do that because
Okay.
this is a complete shock to me. I thought it was closed and it should have been closed many years ago. So,
Before noon and you pop back over, we can go back on the record.
all right,
And
let's
the three.
go ahead and do it.
All right.
Wow.
These are the date and time set for review in these matters. I would note that Mr. Spadowski, the guardian, is present. Ms. Spadowski?
Yeah.
All right, is present on Zoom. Ms. Trader, the mother of all 4 children, is present on Zoom.
Yes.
Mr. Moore, the parent of Christian and Elijah, is available on Zoom. Mr. Salasina is here on behalf of the department, and Ms. Barco on behalf of the children. And we'll proceed with the reviews in these matters. I did receive reports in each of the children, and I've reviewed those. Mr. Salasina, anything you want to address today?
No, Your Honor. The department's received those reports as well. We'd just like to see the guardianship continue at this time.
All right. And Mr. Spadowski, anything you want to address on the record today?
Yes, we have been having issues with Natalie. Matter of fact, she assaulted my wife this summer, and then more recently, about 3-4 weeks ago, assaulted me. Has left the house, and the police refused to bring her back. And she was staying at her mom's house, but since has moved in with her boyfriend, from what we are understanding.
She lives with me.
So are you looking to see the guardianship order enforced and have her returned to your care, or some other
Well, since she's been gone, the situation with the other kids has gotten a lot better. She was being physical with all the other kids in the house. We've done everything we can. We had Montcalm Connect come out to the home doing counseling services at the home. It's, she's doing good in school, which I'm glad for, but the social issues we're having some issues with, and Ms. Trader says she lives with her, but there's been some issues there too, to where her credibility with me is very, very limited right now. My understanding is she doesn't have a license or insurance on the car, was pulled over with the kids in the car coming home from a wrestling tournament. Told the kids not to tell us. A couple weeks went by before it leaked out of the kids, and we questioned that. And so it's really been a struggle, to be honest with you. On the kids side of things, Christian, Elijah, Brendan are doing great. Great grades in school. We just went to conferences last Thursday. Even Christian and Elijah's teachers said over the last 3 weeks, there's been a huge change in them since Natalie hasn't been in the house. They knew nothing about that situation, but the boys are doing good. Brendan, Christian are both going to state wrestling tournament. They both qualified for state. So that aspect, everything's good, but we are looking to relinquish the guardianship on Natalie.
All right, are you looking to do that today, or are we gonna?
If we could.
Paperwork? Oh, okay. Well, let's deal with Christian, Elijah, and Brendan. Mr. Salasina, do you have any other questions for Mr. Spadowski, or any other comments regarding those 3 kids at this time?
Not regarding those 3 children.
Ms. Barco, do you have anything you want to address with those 3 children?
No, Your Honor. And I'm just sitting in for Diane Longoria today,
Oh, okay.
just for the record.
Mr. Moore, anything you wanted to say regarding your 2 kids? Nothing. Ms. Trader, anything you wanted to address with Brendan, Christian, or Elijah?
No, sir.
All right, as far as those 3 kids are concerned, then the guardianship orders would remain in effect without modification. I guess we'll turn to Ned. Mr. Moore, was there something you wanted to say? I asked you, you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I wanted, I haven't been in touch with the Spadowskis. I just, we had a falling out, but I feel really good that my kids are doing good. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Just let them know that I miss them, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to see them, but I do thank you guys for my kids doing so good.
All right, that's good. Everybody heard you, so that's good. I'm gonna cut you loose then, and we're gonna deal with Natalie here. All right.
All right.
All right, take care. Good luck to you. All right, and so there are a number of different ways to proceed as far as Natalie's concerned. One, you could request immediate return of the child. It doesn't sound like that's your intent. There would be two separate petitions that could be filed, and I guess if everybody waived notice, those could be on the record today, but there's a petition to change the guardian if you felt that there would be another person that would be appropriate to be her guardian, or a petition to terminate or revoke the guardianship, in which case I would have to make some findings on where she should be placed in the meantime, but her NA case, the abuse neglect case, would be reopened and services could be provided under that case. Do you know how you'd rather proceed out of those?
That probably the later, they won't reopen the NA case.
We'll get all together, all right. And then I think you and your wife are both appointed guardian.
Correct.
So Cheryl Spadowski, do you agree? Do you concur in that request to terminate the guardianship that you and your husband have for Natalie at this time?
I do. I feel that it's in the best interest for the kids, and I really truly feel that we tried our best with Natalie, and it's in the best interest of the other kids. We had an incident last year where Natalie continuously laid her hands on Brendan, and he finally snapped and, punched her in the eye and gave her a black and blue eye. Well, since then, I feel that she's taken her aggression out on the younger kids, and they just don't, they're just too young to understand that.
So usually these are filed in a written petition with notice. Now I know you don't have lawyers and may not have known that. I guess Mr. Salasina, is the department willing to waive notice and have this matter considered today?
Your Honor, I didn't even know that the child was not living with the guardians at this time. I have not discussed the matter with my client, and for that reason, I'm not willing to waive notice at this time.
All right. Ms. Barker, what about you?
I would waive, Your Honor. Miss Longoria, in discussing the case with her, is on board with Natalie being placed with her mother for fear of the other guardianships potentially breaking.
All right. And sir, how long has the child been with Ms. Trader? Do you know?
It's been about 3 weeks.
Okay.
So this hearing has been adjourned 3 times. So we've addressed it with Miss Longoria. She's been well informed. CPS has been informed. And actually, he was even going to attend the last meeting that was adjourned, so he could explain some of the situation too. The CPS worker out of Montcalm County, yes, because of the fact that we live in Montcalm County, and that's where the report for a couple of her instances have gone.
Spadowski, is there something you want to add?
Nope, I just wanted to relate the same thing as Jason said, is the CPS worker from Montcalm County. I thought it was going to be on today, but I know he was going to be on the last one.
You have more contact with Ms. Trader than I do. Do you feel that the child's needs are being met in her care at this time?
Natalie's old enough and resourceful enough that she can pretty much take care of herself. Like I said, I received a call last night from a friend of hers, mom, who wanted to inform me that Natalie's been staying at her boyfriend's house and not at her mom's house. So where she's staying, to be honest, I really couldn't say. So
Can I say something about that? You guys asked me last night if she has spent the night over there, and I didn't lie to you. I said, yes, she has. And she has this weekend. She stayed there because I felt bad because I've been working so much that she was just going to be staying at home by herself. So, I mean, she did stay there. She did spend the night there, but she is living with me.
So when you say her boyfriend's house, is it just her and her boyfriend, or does he have like parents that live there and someone that keeps an eye on?
Yes, both of his mom and dad live there. Yep. And his mom is very strict. And I mean, I'm in contact with her and and she's the one that asked me if I thought it would be okay, seeing how they know I work a lot right now because I'm taking over being a store manager, but it's here nor there. But she's the one that approached me and asked me if that, would be okay. I did feel bad, like I said, because I had been working and otherwise she'd just be sitting at home by herself.
All right, so when she stays at her boyfriend's, she's staying at the boyfriend's family's house. They have separate sleeping arrangements and all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms.
So with aspect to that, Natalie's boyfriend, we had found on her phone some inappropriate pictures and him using marijuana and this and that. He's only 16 years old, with Natalie present.
They're the same age.
Yes, they are. So we took those concerns to his parents at the time and said, this isn't appropriate. We don't want Natalie around that kind of stuff. I'm not saying she can't be around Mikey, but the parents, their response was, we don't want to fight him on it. We just let him do it. We know that he does that.
As long as he goes outside.
Yeah, as long as he goes outside. And then in another aspect, we got notice that Natalie has a doctor's appointment with an OBGYN, which I don't know why, but she's making doctor's appointments. So there's not an adult or a supervisor that's helping or overseeing any of that, because we did question.
You're the guardian. You're the only one that has the legal authority at this point to make appointments for her.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. We addressed it with the doctor's office. They told us they can't talk to us about it. We've addressed it with the OBGYN office that she's gone to. They're happy to use our insurance and bill us if need be, but they're not willing to share any information as to what the appointments are for or any of that stuff because of her age.
All right.
And according to Tanya, when we asked about this appointment, she said that the boyfriend's mother made this appointment for her. Yeah, neither do I.
Mr. Salasina objected to moving forward today on addressing terminating or changing the guardian because he had not been given prior notice and had a chance to discuss the matter with the department. Ms. Barco, you said that Ms. Longoria is not opposed to the current situation, though, after speaking with Natalie?
She just thinks that it is in the best interest of all the other kids involved, including Natalie, the Spadowskis as well, that Natalie live with her mother at this point.
All right, so I'm going to recognize that the court is aware of the situation, but I'm not going to enter any orders regarding the situation over Mr. Salasina's objection at this time. So it's going to be incumbent upon you, sir, and your wife to file the appropriate petition to change the guardian or revoke or terminate guardianship. I don't mind putting the form out for you because I want to see it happen because I want to see it addressed. But I can't really address it today over his objection because there was no prior notice of this occurring. I think the report, I read it.
Yeah, that report was prior to the last happenings. Yes.
Yeah, we didn't have this information upon which to make decisions.
Correct.
Today, but so like I said, I don't mind printing the form out for you. You have to fill it out, then get the file ASAP. Be set for hearing just as soon as possible to fully address this. However, I will recognize that the guardianship, it appears, has broken down, and that there are other arrangements in place based on everybody's agreement at this time that the child's needs are best met, A, not in your house, and B, I guess with her mom. But there were problems with that years ago when the situation first came up. So usually if a child is returned to a parent, it's with the Department of Health and Human Services case opened back up so that they can monitor the situation, provide necessary services and things like that.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so we're all set for the record today. The guardianship will remain in effect as ordered However, with that caveat that I will recognize that there have been other arrangements made, and I don't have a problem putting the forms out for Mr. and Mrs. Sadowski to file so they can get this addressed on a more formal level. All right.
1955-786 Stephanie Vanoller and Ronald Ryer. Mr. Ryer is here. Is that Ms. Vanoller with you?
No.
I can't hear you guys. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So both parties are here today, and this is the date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Heaven's here from friend of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. The defendant has a support obligation of $328 child support, $38 medical support, for a total of $366 a month, and that is payable to a third party. He currently owes her $1,926.14, the state $398, fees $299.50, total owing $2,623.64. Last payment received was $70.24, February 23rd, 2023, $118.62, February 3rd, 2023. Prior to that, we received $45, December 14th, 2022. There is one prior contempt. We are also billing with Stephanie, but she was not show cause today.
All right, and sir, do you agree that show the amount stated by friend of the court?
Me, yeah, I know I owe some money. I'm gonna cash my check and make another payment today. I just got this job and I have a lot of things that I owe. I spent a year in jail. I mean, they say they got me with one contempt. They're just not giving me a chance. And I got other child support obligations. I do owe other things. They just got to give me a chance. That 145 payment was just a start. Was just a start. They got to let me catch up, just like Grand Rapids did. But with that being said, I'll send another payment. It's easier for me to do it with cash. I'm not that good with electronics and technology, but I got to figure out how to send a money order or something now. I'd go to Grand Rapids and just drop the cash off, but I cannot do that in Nuevo. That's an issue for me when I'm up there. They say that they don't have a drawer, a cashier's drawer, so I got to figure out a different way to get the money to them. That's all.
All right, and yeah, that goes back like 20 years. In the past, more than 20 years ago, there was a collections clerk or someone who could take money in at the friend of the court offices statewide. But when they centralized the intake or centralized the collections at the Michigan State Disbursement Unit, they got rid of that individual at every friend of the court office because all the money is supposed to go through Lansing. All right. So yeah, you got to figure that out. Thousands and thousands of people figure out how to make their payments in ways other than cash at the front of the court office. So you gotta make that adjustment.
Yeah, I don't have a debit card either, so that hinders me. I mostly put my money onto a prepaid card, but I'll get you guys at least 50 to 100. I'll send it out maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. I gotta go get the money order today after I cash my check.
All right, are you working right now?
Yeah, I work about 30 something hours a week at Pepino's downtown. I'm actually transitioning right now from dish. I'm still doing dish, but I'm learning the line cook, like making sandwiches and wraps. So it's something different. It's fun.
All right. I mean, friend of the court will just send an income withholding your employer. You don't even have to think about it. It'll just come right out of your pay.
They've done that twice, and that's not an issue for me, but it didn't go through. I think it's because I forget why. The company only writes checks, I believe. I think that's why. So, but I'll send some money in.
All right, you can send money in. Ms. Evans going to send an income withholding to your employer, and they should honor that and send it right into the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've sent one to them. There's one that's active.
All right. Keep an eye on your pay stubs, so see if those payments are being made.
Also, today I have to go drop at least $100 off at H&R Block, and then they should file my taxes, and that tax money should drop my initial fees with Grand Rapids and Nuevo as well, because they're going to take all that money. So that'll be good for me.
So you're anticipating a refund then?
Yeah, it's not going to be that much, but whatever refund that they do decide will go to the state. I don't get any money back from that, and I'm okay with that because that puts my initial rears down. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because
what's that?
Because almost 5 months now.
Okay. All right, well, I'll find you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered since the 90 days will be held in abeyance. You don't have to serve it as long as you make payments. How much did you want to pay by the end of the month?
But then, I can pay, another $100.
All right, $100 needs to be paid by the end of the month. You need to make your monthly payments each and every month thereafter. There's a $100 contempt fine, and if you fail to make payments, then that 90 days would be imposed with a $1,000 bond. So make sure you make your payments, all right?
Yeah, I have one question. Now, right now, because we have the probate thing going on with the mother, and like some reason Stephanie's name got brought into this because she has a temporary custody, and that's going on. We're fighting that actively right now. I almost finished my IOP. I still have to take an anger management class, but I didn't understand why they're sending her legal mail asking her for money and she's not working or anything. I don't understand why she's even on there. I mean,
yeah, she's ordered to pay as well, according to Ms. Evan. If the child's with a third party, a guardian or a foster care placement or whatever, then you're both ordered to pay. So that's why she's ordered to pay.
I mean, we buy them shoes. I buy them everything. I don't see why she should have to pay that other lady. And they were broken up for 3 weeks, which the CPS lady knows about that too. So there's a lot of drama over there, and I don't think that's going to be a long-term thing, which is why I am so uncomfortable with them bringing her name into it. I know I owe child support, but it's bringing a lot of stress on her, and I'm trying to help her find a job and get where she needs to be again. But that's frustrating for her.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what it is. All right, we're all set.